During the summer of 2020, the news media pushed the false narrative that police were systemically racist against blacks. Now, all individuals, all institutions push narratives that deserve critical analysis, right? You need to place the narrative in a particular time and place, understand the incentives for the people push it. Most people, most of the time, don't say what they mean. They don't mean what they say. The better the journalist, the better the commentator, the more effectively they put things in context. And so the context was, in the summer of 2020, that about 10 unarmed black men a year are killed by police, and that black men are less likely to be killed, unarmed black men are less likely to be killed by police than men of other races, right? So what you get in the news is information that primarily comes from bureaucracies. Bureaucracies are primarily dominated by the left, right? They're operated by people who use careful, critical discourse, right? As soon as you say the word senile, you are showing yourself to be a bad person. You are operating outside of careful, critical discourse. It's a pejorative term. It's a bad word. It marks you as a bad person, but there's no other word that so effectively describes Joe Biden's state, right? Talking about cognitive decline, that's not a natural way of speaking. Talking about disinformation, not a natural way of speaking. This is an elite way of speaking. So sometimes this information from bureaucracies filtered through journalists is going to be more important and more accurate than what you can learn informally on your own with your own eyes and ears. And sometimes it won't, right? The better you know a topic, the more you're going to realize how inadequate the news is, right? The news is akin to the employee handbook you get when you start a job. And if you rely 100% on this handbook to guide your actions in the workplace, right, you'll be less effective than if you primarily rely on what you see and hear. On the other hand, to completely ignore the employee handbook is not usually going to serve you either. So with news, if you primarily rely on the news for your understanding of the world, you will be much less effective in navigating life than if you primarily rely on your own firsthand experience, right? A handful of stereotypes about group differences will be more helpful to you in discerning reality than all the news and academic articles claiming to smash stereotypes. So Richard Hanania published a provocative essay, Why the Media is Honest and Good. And his subhead is How to Critique the Press Without Devolving into Nihilism.